this has been so far. But Art talked about it a little bit last night. What a shame to leave here and not be changed, fundamentally changed and different in how you approach your life and your business, because this will change your life if you let it. And why did you come here? You came here to grow, to be able to be free, to have overrides and ownership. And you need to make this event count. And I was sitting there, I had a totally different presentation made, and I just felt so strongly I needed to come out here and share this with you all. Because 9 years ago, I sat in an April Super Saturday School as a division leader in Assad Faraj's base shop, and I had a handful of people there, and I had to make a decision of what I was going to do. There was a few days left in the month, and if I was going to commit harder and to go drive that thing to another level, or if I was just going to go and take it easy. You know what, some of you have been here and you're like, man, I've been here for the last 2 days and I need to relax and go home and take it easy. It's like you had your self-improvement, getting better, and enough of my dreams quota, right? And it's like, I filled that up, I couldn't possibly think any more about it, right? But I went home from that event with 2 of my teammates, and we sat at that condo that you saw yesterday, and we called and called and called and called some more. We set out to do something big from that event. And that was our first month we ever did over 10,000. Virtually all came after that event, like 5-6 days left in the month. And that set us up on a trajectory to change our lives. And that's what this is about. This is not about all the people you see on the stage here. This is about you in your chair deciding to do something big, to stop settling, stop having a life that you didn't order, and to go and get your dreams and to make them a reality. Everything that's ever been first existed here in the head and the heart of somebody. A human being that said, I want to go do something special with my life. Go to the next slide here. Okay? And the flame is lit inside of all of you. I don't know how you can sit here. It's like my first day of Primerica. I'm so excited. I'm like, man, Art, you should re-sign me up back here, man. This is incredible, right? And the fire is lit, but you get a choice tonight. You can leave here, and that flame can disappear and turn into some smoke, and you come trudging in on Tuesday night's meeting, and that whole weekend is worn off. Or you can light that thing into an inferno. You can go and put some gas on it. You get your dreams real clear in your head. You get on those phones and start making calls, say, you gotta see this. It's your choice. Some of you are going to go home and you're just going to say, well, that was a nice event. And some of you are going to go home and you're going to say, that next event, I'm coming across the stage. How many of you did not come across the stage today? Raise your hand. Now keep them raised. Raise your hand. Keep them raised if that upsets you a little bit. And don't lie, some of you don't care, okay? Not all of you care. I've been doing this for a long time, okay? And you're like, oh, I'm going to do 100 by 100 next month. Right, okay? Now, you put your hand down 100 by 100, okay? Okay. Now, the rest of you that got your hand up still, what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? You're going to go home and say, man, that was such a great meeting, and you're going to flip on the tube, you're going to relax, man. But a couple of you are going to go to work. And work on purpose. And you're saying, I'm not coming to an event again and not walking across that stage and being dominant. So you got to get big. You got to stop being okay with small. You got to stop being okay with small. Stop being okay sitting out there clapping for the people coming across the stage. I promise you, it's much better when you're on the stage and you're looking at the people that are clapping for you because you paid the price. Go to the next slide. It's got to be deep for you. It's got to be deep for you. See, it's got to be about greatness. It's got to be about you doing something you're so proud of in your life. See, listen, the fact is, most of us come here, I came here, never finishing anything. I was a master starter, but I couldn't finish the thing if you paid me. And that got me nowhere in my life. And the truth is, most of us, under the guise of our children, I got commitments at church, if you knew what was going on, under these things that we rationalize, we're that person that just wants to win so bad. We just want somebody to call our name. We just want to go across that stage, have somebody say, I'm proud of you. I think inside everybody wants that. But we put those other things to cover us from not having to feel bad about what we did. But listen, I hope you feel a little bad. Not because you're a bad person, because you're a great person who didn't do what you were capable of. And I hope you think about that, and it eats at you a little bit tonight. You say, my whole life, everything I ever wanted I could have, and I'm just letting it pass by. And I hope that stirs you and it jars you. It's got to be about knocking it out. It's got to be about winning decisively. It's got to be about finishing the job and getting it done for you and your family. Go to the next slide. So who's going to be the pit bull in your base shop? Who's going to be the pit bull in your base shop? You show up on Tuesday 5, 10 deep with new people. Say, I listened at that event, coach. He talked about recruiting and building people. I listened, coach. I went home and I didn't watch TV, coach. I got on the phone. And it was a new me on that phone who was sold out to his dreams and his future and winning big. And look at what I brought with me, coach. And you start hitting this month hard, right? Today's the 2nd. Normally we do these at the end of the month. You've got a whole month in front of you to show everybody that you listened here. That you didn't just let those words fall on deaf ears. Who's going to be that pit bull? Who's going to be the one that's relentless about changing the game? See, I left from that event 9 years ago in April. I said, I want to be a South's #1 guy. There were 2 guys who were always ahead of me. Freaking Lester Benton and Mario Cabral. I hated those guys. They were always beating me. They're so pretty. One was like a Argentinian professional tennis player. I mean, he was Rico Suave. Everybody loved this guy. And Lester was like this big engineer. Actually, I was making 100. And those 2 guys were killing me. Here's little old punk, 22-year-old Ian Prukner, right? And I sat in that event. I said, no more are they going to beat me. And I watched those numbers every day on the computer. We on the South Sunday night conference call. I couldn't wait for accountability. I knew I was going to smoke them. And then they one-up me. I'd be like, that son of a, right? I mean, sitting in that little condo, like, how did he beat me? I wanted to be the pit bull. I wanted to be that one that said, hey, because of you, this is what happened. And something changed on the inside of me. I was just like, you never finished nothing, never succeeded big. But something changed. And I said, I'm going to go and chase my dreams. I'm going to fight. And nobody's ever going to be able to say that about me again. Nobody's going to even know what hit them when they see what I'm capable of and what you're capable of. What you're capable of if you'll get out of your own way. Where's my man Jesse Christian? Is he here? Jesse, I want you to stand up, okay? And Coop and I were talking about yesterday night in the green room, okay? Jesse went regional leader yesterday. Give him a hand. But here's the deal. This dude is a pit bull, okay? He was real far off yesterday morning. And Coop and I were talking. Coop looked at me yesterday with tears in his eyes when he saw you coming across GroupMe, what you did. And he hit me on the shoulder. He's like, did you see that? I said, yeah, I saw it. And he looked at me, he was crying. And I'm like, dude, what's going on? You watching the Oprah channel back here? And he had tears, Coop had tears in his eyes, and he said, I knew he was going to do it when I heard his voice this morning on the conference call. And I said, I knew he was going to do it too, because he just had this different thing about him, like that look in your eyes when you know that you're going to pay the price to get it done. When you know that you're not cheating the grind. When you know you've done everything you can do, and then some more, and that's what was in his voice yesterday. And that's why he got it done. A lot of people talked about getting it done. That dude got it done. Give him a hand. I'm so proud of him. Go to the next slide. Go to the next slide. So it's time to step up and ditch the nightmare y'all are living pretending it's a dream. Right? Pretending it's a dream. Get up and go to work at the same place, passing your time on this planet, not really making that big of a difference. You say, well, I don't like you say that. When I make my widget, that makes a difference. And it might not, but what do you own? When you're done making that widget, your kid get to come in and take your job at the widget store and make widgets for you? What do they own? What do you own? What are you doing to give generational freedom to your family? And you're at an event like this listening to multi-millionaires pour into you. Gary Cornegay doesn't override one of you. Art Martinez doesn't override one of you. But they're here. It's snowing. They're from LA. This is like a nightmare to them, right? Okay? They're here for free, and it's snowing, right? Okay? And they're trying to teach you how to win. Hey, the least we can do is leave this event and go to work. I love what they said, weekends are for weak people. Well, I don't want to work nights, I don't want to work weekends. Neither did I. That's why I work nights and I work weekends. Now I don't have to work at all. And you can do that if you are willing to pay the price. But see, you can't win big acting like average and ordinary Joe. You got to go do something, and you got to do it decisively. Some of you are going to go home here and set 3 appointments. That's nice. Some of you are going to go home here and set 5 appointments. That was better. But a couple of you are going to go home and you're going to set 25 or 30 appointments, and you're going to make hundreds of calls, and you're going to say, when I come back, everybody's going to know my name. When I come back, they're going to hear me speaking on that stage. When I come back, I'll be walking across that stage with that RVP plaque in my hand, holding that sucker up and saying, look what I did, all you doubters, all you people who told me it wouldn't work, all you people who told me to get real, get a good job, look at what I did. And you'll be so proud. You'll be so proud of yourself. See, this weekend is really about you getting real and getting honest with you about what you want in your life. Are you a sellout and okay with it? Or are you sold out on your dreams and ready to do whatever it takes? There's really no middle ground, unfortunately. You're either sold out to the dreams or you're sold out to average and ordinary, but you're sold one way or the other. I hope a couple of you leave here today and you say, there's nobody that's going to outwork me. There's nobody going to pay the price more than I'm willing to pay the price. There's nobody that's going to love it more than me. There's nobody that's going to want it more than me. There's nobody that's willing to do what I'm willing to do. And you go put some distance between yourself and everybody else. 9 years ago, that's all I could think about leaving this event. I left that event. I still remember I went and saw a guy named Richard Mast. He intimidated the heck out of me, CPA, making a good 6-figure income. I drove to his fancy house in Birmingham. I was so scared to use my chicken list. I left that event. I went there. I wrote the biggest app I've ever written. And I sat at that kitchen table. I still remember it. I sat at that kitchen table and I knew that it was over. It was done. I had changed on the inside. I was willing to face my fears. I was willing to do what I wasn't willing to do before. And man, I just went crazy. And people said, Pruk, you're insane. You've lost your mind. All you care about is pride. All these things they said. But I got the job done. And you're going to get the job done, some of you. Isn't it time? Isn't it time that we start coming through for our families? We start fulfilling the promises that we made. That we start looking at those kids and saying, I'm working every day to give you what I didn't have, to give you a step up in life, to help you change the world. Isn't it time we become dream releasers instead of dream stealers? Isn't it time we become the example of what Primerica is about instead of the warning to the 3 friends? Well, I know Bobby Sue and she didn't make a nickel. Isn't it time that we start getting done what we said we were going to get done? Folks, it's time. When you leave this place, you better be so focused, it's unbelievable. You better be so focused, it's unbelievable. It's only your whole life. It's only your whole life. A life of dreams and adventure, better than you could imagine, or another 20 years of the same. It's your choice. I hope you choose right. I'm so proud of you, your teammate. God bless you guys. We'll see you at the top.